Hello students, AS level chemistry, chapter is atomic structure, lecture number 12. In this lecture we are going to discuss two important questions that are asked in your exams related to ionization energy. One question that we will discuss, it is the trend of ionization energy across the period, and second question we will discuss, it is the trend of ionization energy down the group. First of all, you must remember what is ionization energy, and ionization energy depends on which factors. So remember, ionization energy, it is the energy related to the process of oxidation. It is the energy related to the process of loss of electron. And second thing, you must remember, ionization energy is always endothermic. Why it is always endothermic? Because energy is needed to break a bond. Which bond we break while removing an electron? That is known as electrostatic force of attraction. So we overcome electrostatic force of attraction whenever electron is removed. Next, you must remember there are three factors on which ionization energy depends. Number one, atomic radius. Number two, nuclear charge. Number three, shielding or screening. Atomic radius, those atoms which are large in radius, they have low ionization energy. Number two, nuclear charge, those atoms which have low, less nuclear charge, they have low ionization energy. And number three, shielding. Shielding is the repulsion due to intervening electrons. What are intervening electrons? Electrons inner to the valence shell, they are known as intervening electrons. So more intervening electrons, more repulsion, more shielding, and whenever there is more shielding, electron can be removed easily, ionization energy would be low. Now we are going to apply this information on the two important questions that are asked in your exams. First of all, I am taking period number 2. There are 8 elements in period number 2 from atomic number 3 to 10. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Now all these elements, they belong to same period. Why they belong to same period? Because they have same number of shells. All of them, they have 2 shells. All these elements, they belong to same period, but they have different group number. Now what is the difference between period and group number? Period is the horizontal row in the periodic table. Group is the vertical column. Like lithium, it belongs to group 1, beryllium 2, boron 3, carbon 4, nitrogen 5, oxygen 6, fluorine 7 and neon belongs to group number 8. Now you have come to know all these elements of the same period, they belong to different group number. Now we are going to apply three factors. Before applying three factors, we are writing electronic configuration for these elements. Now the electronic configuration for lithium, it is 2 1, for beryllium 2 2, boron 2 3. You can see number of shells in all these three elements, they are same, they are equal, they are 2. Likewise, all the elements in this period, they have equal number of shells. So carbon would have electronic configuration of 2 4, nitrogen 2 5, 2 6, 2 7, 2 8. Now we are going to apply three factors that I have told you right now: atomic radius, nuclear charge and shielding. Now once you know how to apply these factors, it would become very easy to answer this question in your exams. No need to memorize anything. Simply apply the factors and write down the answer yourself while sitting in the exams. Now, first of all, you must look at nuclear charge. What is nuclear charge? It is the charge on the nucleus due to protons. There can be two types of charges. One type of nuclear charge is actual nuclear charge. Actual nuclear charge is equal to total number of protons. Look at lithium. You can see lithium has 3 protons. So the actual nuclear charge of lithium is 3 positive because protons are positive. Other type of nuclear charge is known as effective nuclear charge, and mostly in chemistry effective nuclear charge is considered as nuclear charge. What is effective nuclear charge? How you can calculate effective nuclear charge? Effective nuclear charge is equal to those protons which are able to attract the valence shell of an element. How is that? Look at lithium. How many protons are there in the nucleus of lithium? 3. How many intervening electrons are there in lithium? 2. So it means 3 protons are trying to attract the valence shell of lithium, but 2 electrons they give repulsion to the valence shell. So 3 protons are attracting, 2 are repelling. So what happens? 3 minus 2, only one proton remains able to attract the valence shell. So this one proton, it is equal to 1 positive. It is the effective nuclear charge. So effective nuclear charge is the actual number of proton that are able, that can attract the valence shell of an atom. So how you can calculate effective nuclear charge? Total proton minus intervening electron. You can see lithium 1 positive, beryllium 4 minus 2, 2 positive, boron 5 minus 2, 3 positive, and likewise it keeps on increasing. So you can see this nuclear charge, which is effective nuclear charge, and commonly this is known as nuclear charge, it is increasing from left to right. Nuclear charge, it increases from left to right. If you don't want to use this formula that I have told you, that total proton minus intervening electron is nuclear charge. Simply remember, nuclear charge is equal to group number. For example, nitrogen, what is its group number? 5, and you can see its nuclear charge is 5 positive. For example, you can see fluorine, what is its group number? Its group number is 7. So what is its nuclear charge? 7 plus. So this is how you can calculate nuclear charge, and if you don't want to calculate, no problem, by looking at the group number you can tell what is the nuclear charge of an element. Now you have come to know what is nuclear charge. Let's apply this information and write down the answer. Whichsoever information you can see, we are going to write down that. One thing you can see, in all these elements, number of shells, they are same. So whenever number of shells are same, shielding, repulsion, it remains same. Why? Because shielding depends on number of intervening electrons. In lithium, how many intervening electrons? 2. In beryllium, 2. Boron, 2. In all these elements, there are 2 intervening electrons. So that is why shielding remains constant for all these elements. Next thing, what we have seen, what is happening to nuclear charge across the period. Nuclear charge is increasing. We calculated that. Even if we don't calculate, we can see group number is increasing, so nuclear charge is increasing. Now shielding is constant, we can forget about that. We will focus nuclear charge. Nuclear charge increases means there are more protons which are able to attract valence shell. In lithium, 1 proton is able to attract valence shell. In neon, 8 protons are able to attract the valence shell. So what does this mean? Where there is greater pull of nucleus. In case of neon, so you can say from left to right, nuclear pull, it also increases. When nuclear pull increases, what happens to the shell? Shells start getting closer and closer of the nucleus. When shells they go closer to the nucleus, what will happen to the radius of atom? Atomic radius, it will decrease. So now one thing you must remember, that is nuclear charge. When nuclear charge is increasing, nuclear pull has increased and atomic radius has decreased. Now based on this information, it has become very simple to conclude what will happen to ionization energy. Whenever there is more nuclear pull, there is more nuclear charge, there is small atomic radius, it is difficult to remove an electron. More energy is needed to remove an electron. So what you can say? You can say ionization energy increases from left to right, and this is a complete answer for the trend of ionization energy across the period. Whenever this question is asked in the exams, you can write down this answer for 3 or more marks. But if ever you are asked what is for 1 mark, what is the reason why across the period ionization energy increases? What do you think? Which one is most appropriate single reason why ionization energy is increasing across the period? So for 1 mark, what answer you are supposed to remember? That nuclear charge, it increases. This is the answer for 1 mark. But if there are more than 1 marks, then you will have to write down this whole description. Okay, now once you have understood this, now it has become quite easy for you people to write down answer for the trend of ionization energy down the group. I am going to explain what is the trend of ionization energy down the group. Let's see. We can choose the example of group number 1 elements: lithium, sodium and potassium. What you can see, as we are moving from lithium to sodium to potassium, number of shells are increasing. So distance, atomic radius, it is increasing. Distance of valence shell from the nucleus is increasing. Atomic radius, it is increasing. So number of shells, when they are increasing, which property, which factor is increasing? Shielding. Shielding depends on number of shells. And lithium has one intervening shell. Sodium has two intervening shells. Potassium has three intervening shells. So which one is having maximum shielding? Shielding means repulsion. Potassium has maximum shielding, maximum repulsion. So what you can write down? You can write down number of shells or shielding increases. When shielding is increasing, what will happen to the nuclear pull, nuclear force? It will decrease because repulsion is greater, attraction would be lesser. When shielding is more, attraction is lesser, atomic radius, it increases. And when atom gets bigger and bigger, it can lose electron easily. So ionization energy will decrease. One factor you can see in this case we have not mentioned in the answer. What is that? Nuclear charge. Now what you can write down about the nuclear charge? I told you nuclear charge means effective nuclear charge. Let's calculate the nuclear charge. For lithium, 3 proton minus how many intervening electron? 2. 3 minus 2. How many? 3 minus 2, 1. 1 plus is the nuclear charge of lithium. For sodium, 11 minus 10 intervening electron. What is the nuclear charge on sodium? 11 minus 10, 1. For potassium, 19 minus 18, 1. So as the intervening electrons are increased, nuclear charge, it stays same. That is why if you don't want to write, no need to write down what is happening to the nuclear charge. But if you wish to write down, you must write down that increase in nuclear charge, it is balanced, it is cancelled by increased number of intervening shells, by increased shielding, by increased repulsion. Now this is the complete answer for the trend of ionization energy down the group? This is the answer for 3 or more than 3 marks. If you have been asked this answer for this question for 1 mark, then what answer you are supposed to write down? For 1 mark, simply you must write down that why ionization energy decreases down the group, since number of shells or shielding it increases. So students, you can see in this lecture we have studied 3 factors affecting ionization energy, and how these 3 factors they control the trend of ionization energy across the period and down the group. Just for 1 mark, remember, across the period ionization energy increases because nuclear charge increases. Down the group ionization energy decreases because shielding increases. That's it. I hope you would have enjoyed this lecture. Please give your feedback in the comments. Thank you for your time.